Good morning and welcome back to another video. I'm off to Cambridge with this load. I preloaded it last night. I got up to Worcester from Plymouth. I'm heading over to Cambridge to a place called St Ives. So not the St Ives that is in the southwest. Yesterday was very rainy and today I reckon it's even worse. And it's July, apparently. But we are in England, so...
The first thing I do when I put my taco car to work is jump out and do my daily checks. I had a couple of very mucky loads yesterday, including a load of clay, and you almost wouldn't be able to tell that I left the yard on Monday with a spotless truck.
That's the daily checks done, so I'm just going to fill out my daily checks book and then I can go. And of course I've got my cup of tea. Should be about, I think it's about just over 2 hours. I'm hoping to get there for when they open. It's saying 2 hours and 7 minutes on Google Maps, so 2.5 hours, call it. Oh, and I need fuel as well because I am on 28%.
I make my way out of the industrial estate and head towards the M5. I get onto the M5 at junction 6 and I head north. Even though it's early, it's still quite light. At junction 4A, I keep in the lane for the M42. This takes me up and over the M5, and it will take me to the east side of Birmingham. I take the slip road for the first services, as I know at Hotwood services I can use my fuel card.
I need to be on a pump this side, so which one of these is going to go first? I wonder. I'll probably get it wrong. It'll probably be that one over there and then I'm stuffed. Hopefully no one will come in behind me and I can just pick whichever one I want. Don't think it's going to be the middle one. Oh, somebody's walking back now with a coffee. And which lorry is he going for? That is the question. Oh, yeah, I got the right one. Look, he's back. He's back. Let him sort his coffee out, make sure he don't spill it.
At least I picked the right one for a change.
I have to go and take my fuel card in first before they'll let me take the fuel. So I'm just going to pop into the services.
I can kind of see why they ask us for our fuel cards first, but it is kind of annoying going in the shop twice. I also feel like I might need a coffee this morning, and I do love a Starbucks.
I've also picked up some gloves when I was in there because mine have developed a hole. Right, let's go.
I head out of the services and continue my journey on the M42 around Birmingham. There is a point when this motorway splits into the M42 and the M40, but I just stay in the lane for the M42. And at junction 7A I take the M6, which heads in a southeasterly direction. As the M6 passes under the M1, it turns into the A14. As I get closer to St Ives, I come off of the A14 and go down a series of single carriageways and dual carriageways until I get to my destination.
He's going to be back in 2 minutes by the looks of things. So I've got my paperwork, and when he comes back I can just give him my paperwork, and I think it's tipping in one of those bays over there, but I'm not really 100% sure. That's where I tipped last time.
When he gets back, I hop out and give him the paperwork and he gives me some instructions.
I was right. It is in that bay, which is good.
This is a nice big yard with decent sized bays that gives me plenty of room to manoeuvre into position to tip. Once I'm in the bay, I need to get out and undo my tailboard. It also gives me a chance to double check the load and check my positioning in the bay. If I'm too close to the sand that's already in the bay, there is a chance that as I tip up, the tailboard will push into the sand and pop it off its hinge. It's only ever happened to me once when I took a spare trailer, and when I rang the office to tell them, they asked me what trailer it was, and they said, oh yeah, everyone's done that with trailer 14. It was a very badly designed trailer where the tailboard would touch the floor when the rams were at full height, so any slight pile or uneven surface would pop it off its hinge. Thankfully, we no longer have that trailer.
I'm picking up rain next, so all this needs to be swept out really well.
As you can see, there's quite a bit stuck up in the corners. I'm trying to get it swept out as quickly as I can, as I know there are people waiting to tip, and we need to tip one at a time for safety reasons. That's because if one of us tipped over whilst we were tipping our load, it could crash into somebody else tipping. So as soon as I'm done, I jump back in the cab and get out of the way. But before I go to get my next load, I need to work out where I'm going.
I'm just going to pull over here. I'm going to ring the office, make sure that I am definitely doing the load that I think I'm doing, because I don't want to go there and then they've changed it and I don't know. I'm also going to have a look at the map to look at the best way to get there.
Welcome to the EE voicemail. I'm sorry, but the person...
Well, no one's answering and it's only half an hour down the road, so I'm just going to go for it, because I would have thought if it had changed, somebody would have maybe told me. Let's go.
To get to my next destination, I need to head through the medieval market town of St Ives and out the other side towards the A141, where I head north through the fens. I always think the fens look very much like the Somerset levels. It's not long before I'm at my destination, or at least I think I'm in the right place. I've not actually been here before, so I need to try and work out where I need to go.
Right, I'm going to go and ask somebody what I actually need to do.
I have unknowingly come in the wrong entrance, but I have been directed around where I need to go.
I have no idea where I'm going. I'm guessing I just go right round. This is the way to the Weybridge. I have no idea. Oh, out Weybridge. Oh, so is one the out Weybridge and one the in Weybridge? I'm in, and I think I'm in the right queue, but I'm not sure.
Once the person in front drives off of the Weybridge, I drive onto it.
Let's hope my details are right at least. I've weighed in. The girl on the Weybridge was very pleasant and helpful, which was good. And I've just got to come around here and park next to another lorry so that I'm not in the way, apparently. So I will do my best. Which side do I need to park on? Might have to be this side. I ain't gonna get out the other side, I don't think. So I'm in enough to let people out of the exit. That's basically the main reason why I had to park here like this, because there's a queue here. I should be actually behind this truck here. But you can see I've let somebody out. That's the exit there. So if I parked behind him, no one would be able to get out.
Once the front person gets loaded, everybody moves up and I can move into position so I'm not stuck out like a sore thumb.
I'm just going to have a little bit of breakfast while I'm sat in the queue, which is Greek yoghurt and a bit of honey.
The queue moves up quite quickly, as everybody gets loaded quite quickly with the same product, and this system of the lorries queuing and then getting loaded in the same spot seems to work really well. As I move forward to get loaded, I realise that there is a female operator on the telehandler. There are quite a few places across the country now that I've been to where there have been female loaders. It doesn't take long to get loaded, and then I need to find my way back to the Weybridge.
Right, so this time I need to go on the out Weybridge, and I'm guessing this is the out Weybridge because it's got a sampler. Now, what about lorries coming in? Great. Over the summer? I guess they have to go on this one. So I've just got to pull up here. I've just had to move off of the Weybridge so that somebody else can weigh out, and she's going to give me a thumbs up when the wheat's been tested and then I can go. So in the meantime, I'm just going to fill out my grain passport for the next place. Oh, she's given me a thumbs up already. Right, time to go. I'll just pull out so that I'm not in anyone's way. I don't think there's too much to fill out on here, so my last 3 loads have to go on there. That's that, and that is my Weybridge ticket. Right, I can go. Well, maybe I didn't come in the right way, but I am going to go out the right way. Oh dear. Oh, there's data shredders. That's who Trucker Tim used to work for. No, data shredders. Wonder if he actually worked out there. How many depots have they got?
This load is going over to Nantwich, so I continue north on the A141 past March. Then I pick up the A47, which takes me right past Ken Thomas's yard. Nipper, the rest man's workshop, isn't far from here either, and I could have popped in on him, but unfortunately he was in Turkey. I head on the A47 until I get to Leicester, and then I follow the ring road around Leicester following signs for the M1. I get onto the M1 at junction 22, and then I leave the M1 at junction 24 for the A50, which will take me across country. And then I'm going to do something that I don't very often do, but I do have a little bit of time today to be able to do it, and that is stopping off for a truck wash. This is a new truck wash just off the A50 near Uttoxeter. I rang Martin in advance to make sure that he had space for me, and I was very lucky that he did. Martin has appeared in a few of my videos, most recently the Devon Truck Show video, but his T-cab is currently down with Nipper the Rasterman for a bit of TLC. And there are plans for him to get a new truck sometime next year. In the meantime, he's putting his truck washing and detailing skills to good use.
So after the load of clay I had yesterday, this is before it gets washed, and as you can see, it's pretty dirty. But Martin's pretty good at washing, so I'm expecting a good job.
Martin offers a very high-class service, from a basic wash to a full detail, for any vehicle, large or small. He also offers a full valeting service, which has become very popular. So if you're a company owner and you're looking for a valeting service between drivers, or if you're a driver that just doesn't have time and you'd rather spend those extra hours at home with your family, this is the man to go to. Martin has won many trophies at truck shows and provides a professional service.
So if you want your truck washed, what do you have to do?
Just give me a call, go on the Facebook page, Fat Lads Truck Wash, and I'll book you in, no problem at all.
There you go.
Unfortunately, I can't stick around for long and I must get on to my delivery. And Martin also has quite a lot of work booked in with washing and valeting. I will put the link to Martin's Facebook page, Fat Lads Truck Wash, on my description. At this point, I am only about an hour away from where I'm tipping. I head back towards the A50 and continue heading west. The A50 takes me towards Stoke-on-Trent, where I pick up the A500, which takes me all the way around the edge of Stoke-on-Trent. I follow the A500 all the way towards Nantwich, and then take a series of narrow A roads towards the mill that I'm tipping at. When I get to the mill, the first thing I need to do is weigh in, and here I need to put all of my details into the computer.
OM number.
Thankfully, my numbers matched and it was a really easy process. The barrier in front of me lifted up and the screen told me to go to the sampling point.
Someone has got here just before me, so I think I'm going to have to wait until he comes back because he's actually under the sampler. So there's no point me going up to see them until I'm under the sampler for a sample of the wheat. And then they'll test it. And then if it passes, then I hopefully can go on and tip.
It's not long before I'm under the sample point, and then I can go and find out when and where I can tip. They told me that actually what I have got is tomorrow's load, but they think they're able to tip me, so they tell me which pit I need to go on and who I need to follow on the bay. But there are already people tipping, so I am going to have to wait for the pit. For now, I just need to find a space in the yard to park and wait for the pit to be available. The yard seems pretty full, and I think I'm quite lucky to get this space.
Well, originally they thought that they could tip me. Now they've checked and they cannot actually tip me until the morning because there's still wheat to come in for today. And this is actually tomorrow's load. I'm just very early with it because it's now 3:45. So if I didn't stop and have my truck washed, I would have got here at 3, which isn't good. So I've done, what time did I start? I started at 4 this morning. So yeah, I've done just under a 12-hour day. I'd have liked to have got this off. Tomorrow morning, I'm loading just down the road and that won't be available until the morning either, apparently, so either way I probably would have been quite stuffed. I've sat and done a little bit of life admin, but now I've decided to have my tea. It is a bit early, but I might as well do something because I can't really do much else here apart from sit here.
Today for tea I have a nice chicken salad.
After quite a long evening, I've just sat around in the cab because there is literally nothing else to do here. Doing what I do, I've always got something to do. I've been catching up with a lot of YouTube and social media stuff. But time for bed now. It's been a bit of a rubbish day for work and time and stuff, but it is what it is.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget you can get my merch at f28print.com.